Peace of Christ to all. In this video, we will listen to this guy. His name is Zakir Naik. I'm not going to play his video so nobody can accuse us of copyright issue, but we will hear his voice. I will show you how Muslims, as usual, do lie. Let us hear.
Any book to claim that it is a revelation from Almighty God, it should stand the test of time. The other points that William Campbell raised was regarding Surah Kahf, chapter number 18, verse number 86, that Zakir Naik sees the sun setting in murky water, in turbid water. Imagine sun setting in murky water, unscientific. The Arabic word used here is, it is wajada, meaning it appeared to Zakir Naik, and not to William.
The word wajada, it's mean appear to the Karnain. By the way, in here he is talking about Alexander the Great. In case you don't know, Alexander the Great, according to the Quran, is a Muslim prophet. And all of you guys, I don't know if you know, that Alexander the Great, he was a gay. But Muhammad, anyone, he was famous, he want to put his name in the Quran as a prophet. If Hitler exist, you will find his name in the Quran, trust me. If a Britney, Spears exist in the time of Muhammad, he will talk about her in the Quran. But now, let us expose his lie. This is the word wajadaha, and this is the Muslim translation. He said wajadaha mean appear. If it's mean appear, why you translate it as he found it, not appear? You see how they lie? Even in your translation, which I don't approve even, it's saying it clearly, he found it set in a spring of murky water. Liar, and your nose is big. Now we will do the following. We will go to the dictionary and see in the dictionary if that word wajadaha can be even close to anything have to do with appear to. Let us go and see. This is the word we are talking about. Wajada. Find out, discover, strike upon, stumble upon, a light. Deem, discover. That's it. The second word is not the same. This is a different word. So, where it says, and how it can be, when all the meaning of the word is coming as we see, as he found out or he found something, have nothing to do with appear or appearance. Now we can prove that even more better by the following. This is Ibn Abbas, one of the biggest scholars of Islam. As you see, this is your Islamic website, not mine, because Muslims, they will say, see, he is explained by him himself as usual. When he reached the sitting place of the sun, it's not about when he reached where it's appear. Do you see it? When he reached, it's a location. The sitting place of the sun, where the sun set. He found it sitting in a muddy spring. Listen carefully. It doesn't say it's appeared to him. You see how, man, those people, honestly, I feel sorry for Islam because of those people. Which mean, Satan, I'm sure Satan is not happy with those guys. Satan is hiring the bad people to do a job, because now they are helping us to expose them more even. Where in there it says it's appear to be. It's very clear. He reached a place where the sun setting, and he found it. Listen, read carefully, guys. He found it sitting in a muddy spring. You see it? He found it, not appear to him. And the proof that this is not about appearance, because Alexander the Great, the sea is all over in front of him. He is coming from Rome. He is coming from Greek. He is coming from Europe. And we know, what it's mean. He arrived until he found the sun sitting in the murky water. If it's about the ocean, listen carefully, if it's about the ocean, well, he see that every day. He see that every day. If it's about different place, it's mean the verse is talking here that he reached to a place where nobody been before except him, and not only that, he found there people who they are not believers, and they look even weird. If you read the explanation, and here in English you don't see it, they look so weird, and you will see. And he found people next to that hot spring. Look at this, and also said that this is mean a hot spring, and found people thereabout. Their people were disbeliever. We said, know what this word even mean. We inspired him, either punish, either kill them. Why? Just because they don't believe. Look the first of Islam. So Allah ordered Alexander the Great, when he found those people where the sun set, right? So it's a location. Nothing is about appearance. He found people who they are not a believer, and Allah, he told them, inspire him. Look at the word inspire. This is a proof that he is a prophet. So Allah, he inspire him, either punish or kill them, until they accept to believe of Allah. So even Alexander the Great, all the wars he was doing, he was just fighting for Allah. Come on. You see? This is the science of Islam, and history. History is written in here. So this guy, when he said that the word wajadaha, it's mean appear to, he is just a liar. Talking about where the sun set and etc. and the murky water, I wanted to share with you from the same sources, which is Ibn Abbas. It says in here, they ask Ibn Abbas, and Ibn Abbas don't speak for himself. He speak only what the Prophet told him, because he's not a prophet. This guy, he is one of the best of the best of the best of the best of the scholars in Islam. This is the top. They ask him, if you read with me here, you will see he is saying, he was asked, how you explain to us the low tide and the high tide of the ocean or the sea? He said, listen to this. Listen to the science of Islam. He said, there is an angel. You see the word in red? This is an angel. He is in charge of the dictionary of the sea. Dictionary of the sea, which means in the book of the sea. If he put his leg or his foot on it, the tide go high. If he take it off, the tide go low. Science. If we take this and we post it in Google Translation, I will post the link next to it, so you can do it by yourself, or you can search on the internet for for one in English, because I could not find Musnad Ahmad in English. If you can find it, this is the hadith in front of you, or you can take and copy the text as it is, copy it to Google Translation, post it, and you will see it by yourself. I will post the link next to it. So and if you, by the way, if you go and read this verse in Ibn Kathir or in any book, in Arabic, is going to be totally different from the way it is in English. If you go in English, you will see it's only 2 lines. The long line is going to be just 2 lines in English. Why? Because they have to cut it off. They have to make it look better. So they change everything. So you will see, they say it appear as if it is, when the Quran never say as if it is. And the proof is very easy. The proof in front of our eyes. I challenge any Muslim to show me from where they get the word as if it is. So always I advise people not to go by the Islamic translation, not explanation. I take Islamic explanation to see, because you want to know what those people believe in. This is the point. But if you go by the translation, Muslims will never be honest. Muslims are allowed to lie to promote Islam. As Surah 3 verse 28, if you ask Muslims about it, they will say, yeah, this surah is allowing us to lie in the case of war. Well, let me tell you something. Don't make Muslims fool you. Isn't it true that in Islam the word for them is two words, two land, the land of peace and the land of war? Which one is the land of peace? Is the one is under the control of Islam. The one is not under the control of Islam is the land of war, which means if he is living in America, this is the land of war. If you live in England, this is the land of war. If you live in Australia, this is the land of war. If you live in Europe, this is the land of war. So he's allowed to lie as a protection. He's protecting Islam. This is protection for them. It's not about really the war. You think for them, even you as a neighbor, you are in war with them because simply you rejected Islam, you don't accept Allah. This is how Islam, be aware, be careful. Jesus is Lord, Islam is false. Ameen.